Hello guys, Max Boivin here, TSM Training, and I'm sorry for the weird angle, but what I want to talk to you about requires for you to see my feet. I don't have that much room here, so I hope this is not going to bother you too much. Last time we talked about the shoulder blade placement, how to keep them together and down, and how this is applicable to every lift. Today I want to talk to you again about something that is applicable to every lift, but for the lower body, and this is about the rotation of the femur an outward rotation of the femur. When you lift, what you want to do, you will want to basically squeeze your ass to have your femur rotate outward. Your pelvis is going to rotate forward a tiny bit, and this is going to give you a lot of benefit in different lifts. The benefits are going to be different. I'm going to talk to you about it in a little while. But if you look at my leg here, I hope you're going to be able to tell with those pants, maybe with the fold in the pants. If I squeeze my ass, you can see that my thigh and my knees kind of go this way, like you see, and my pelvis is rotating a bit toward the front. This is what I'm talking about. And you also see that there's torque put into my feet. Instead of my feet resting on the inside of the foot, you want your feet resting on the outside of the foot, the heel firmly on the ground, the little toe firmly on the ground, the big toe kind of a little bit up. But that's something you want to learn to do. And like I said last time, you want to learn to feel your body. So you need to be able to tell when your hips, when your knees, your femur are properly rotated outward. And what benefit this is going to give you? Well, first, on squat, it's going to allow you to open your hips much more, sending the knees out and not having the knee caves in, much more power when you push up. And on squat, when you have the bar on, you will want to squeeze your ass to rotate the femur outward, put some torque in those legs, like you're trying to screw those feet on the ground. And then you have the bar on you, you're going to put a little bend at the hips, and this is going to lock your knee like this. So when you squat down, the knee is going to naturally open up. Instead of trying to squat down like this, and then trying to open up the knee, you got no strength, you got no structure there. You lock them, and then I can't even shake them really, because the position is so strong. On bench, this is going to improve your leg drive by a lot, because the same thing, if your knees or if your femur are not rotated out, if you don't have this torque in your feet, that all come together. When you try to push back with your feet, I'll talk about the bench and leg drive later in a different video, and this is going to make more sense at that time. But when you push back with your feet, if your legs don't have torque in them, if your femur are not rotated out, then the leg is going to be shaky, and the strength is just going to leak out. So same thing when you go on bench, and that's the thing I do when I go to bench. You don't just sit on the bench casually. In lifting, nothing should be done casually. You approach the bar on deadlift, you don't do it casually. You do it with purpose. Everything you do has purpose. When you come to sit on bench, don't just sit on bench like you're sitting on a bench to relax. You're sitting on the bench to lift. So get engaged. Get your muscle, your body engaged. You rotate the femur out, and you kind of squat on the bench, and that's pretty gonna lock your leg. It's gonna allow you to unlock your leg drive much more. Sorry for the dog, Francis. And give a much efficient transfer of power. And on deadlift, if you approach the bar and you lock your knee like that, and then same thing when you put some torque in your feet, very important. And then when you go reach for the bar, your knee kind of be like pushing against your arm. That's gonna allow you to engage the inner thigh muscle, the groin muscle, into the lift. And the more muscle group you can engage into your lift, the more power you can develop. So on all three lifts, this is something important to learn to do. Rotate the femur out, put some torque in your feet, much more power coming this way. Lifting is about using, like, if you want to lift heavy, you have to use as many muscle group as you can, because every little bit helps. So that's something to learn to do. And again, like I said before, learn to feel your body, and I hope this is gonna help. Take care. See you next time.